because I'm such a talker.
She's so happy.
I'm just really enjoying it. Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a little while since I posted and quite a while since I posted regularly. I feel like I put so much pressure on myself when it comes to YouTube to be able to upload consistently and to make sure that it's on some sort of schedule. When I do that, it means that I don't actually end up posting at all because I get quite burnt out and I kind of then just say, well, it's not for me. And that's like not the point of why I want to film YouTube videos. I want to film YouTube videos because I'm such a talker, and when I film videos for TikTok or Instagram, I find that I'm having to cut so much out because I talk a lot. I love the kind of more slow and intentional nature of a YouTube video. I feel like I vibe with that a lot more, and so I'm just really wanting to be part of slowing down and not really creating really quick forms of content. My videos on YouTube are still going to primarily focus around reading, but also like kind of cozy things that I do. I'm trying to foster a really cozy life and make that my priority. I've been watching a lot of YouTube again lately, and I felt like now was the right time to just go for it and just start filming videos again. This video is going to be just a little week in my life. It is Wednesday today, so we're kind of already into the week, but I don't want to put this off until Monday. So this will either be Wednesday to Sunday or Wednesday to Wednesday. I haven't quite decided yet. A little sort of reading update, I guess. I am currently reading The Wrath of the Fallen, which is book 4 in the Gods and Monsters series. I'm not very far into it at all. I'm on page 78 and there are 662 pages, so not very far into it, but I'm really enjoying it. I love this series. I really enjoyed the other 3 books. I'm pretty sure book 5 comes out later this year, so I'm hoping to get this one finished in time for book 5. I am also reading Legendborn at the moment. Again, not too far into it. I'm on page 108, but I'm really enjoying this one. I love how sort of like headstrong the main character is, whilst also having her vulnerabilities and her insecurities. I love how sure she is of herself as a person whilst figuring things out at the same time. And I'm really loving the setup of the book so far. The magic system is really, really interesting, and I can't wait to read more of it. I'm also reading a couple of books that I don't currently have on me, mainly Dogs of Summer, and I'm listening to the audiobook of Britney Spears's memoir. I've almost finished Britney's one. I have found the book to be really interesting, so heartbreaking that she experienced the things that she experienced. Personally, I really love it when celebrity memoirs are read by the celebrity for the audiobook, but I can also completely understand why Britney would choose not to do that. She has read the foreword or the introduction, I can't remember what they called it, and she explained there why she has hired someone to voice the audiobook because she just feels like she can't do it, and that is completely understandable. And so I wouldn't mark it down for that at all because it's still been a brilliant book to read. Dogs of Summer I'm really struggling with a little bit. It is a translated fiction, which usually are right up my street, but this one in particular I'm finding a bit jumpy and I'm not really connecting the dots of what is happening. I'm not really sure where the book is going and what the plot is going to be about. it's just a bit confusing. That one I haven't really read much of either. I think I've read like 30 pages. I borrowed from the library Agnes Grey by Anne Bronte. I always say I love the Bronte sisters, but I've never read anything by Anne. So that just feels like a disservice to Anne and to the Bronte sisters as a whole. I'm really excited to get back into a classic book. I love classic literature, but I just sometimes find them a bit difficult to read. So I get really intimidated by them and I don't often read them, but I love classic literature, so I'm really excited for this one. There are a couple others that I'm reading, but they're kind of on the back burner at the moment while I'm focusing on my primary reads. So that's kind of my reading update. I'm not doing much today. I'm doing some commission drawings and reading. I'll probably do a bit of housework. But yes, I'm not doing much today, so I'm hoping that I can get a bit of reading done. And I'll see you I have just had an Amazon parcel delivered, so I thought I would open it with you because it is books. I ordered a few books that were on offer for £3. The first book I got is Wish I Were Here. This one looks really cute. It just says, what if losing herself is the key to finding where she truly belongs? And I think it sounds really cute. I'm really excited to give this one a read. I feel like it sounds a bit more like a autumny romance than a summer romance, so this one will probably be more for my autumn sort of TBR. I then got Home is Where the Bodies Are, and I have heard a lot about this book, that it's actually meant to be really good. I haven't really heard what it's about, but I've just heard from a lot of people that they really enjoyed this book. I am just going to read you the dedication. To my family, you've never had to hide a body, but I know you would if needed. Dad sure had us pour a lot of concrete though, so who knows what's under there. And I think that's so funny. Next one I picked up is City of Mirth and Malice, which is the first book in a duology, I believe. This looks really good, and I just loved the cover. It says Nikolai Atanio is ruthless, relentless, deadly, and he's mine. I love that. I feel like this is like a sort of romantasy vibe, I want to say. I haven't read a romantasy in a little while, so this one might actually be high on my TBR list because I need a romantasy, because I need to be in the world of magic whilst kicking my feet squealing. I just need it. I haven't had that experience in quite a while now, because I've been reading fantasy where it's either young adult fantasy and there's a little bit of romance but it's quite PG, or I've been reading fantasy where there's not really any romance at all. And so I miss that feeling of reading a fantasy but also kicking my feet, squealing and giggling, because it's just so like, I can't even describe how like it feels to read a romantasy. It's just, I feel like it's like ultimate girlhood. Not that like only girls can read romantasy, obviously, but it just feels like ultimate girlhood to me. And then the fourth book I got is the second in the series, which is House of Bane and Blood. Oh, sorry, I got those mixed up. This is book one, this is book two. So House of Bane and Blood comes first, and then we've got City of Mirth and Malice, which comes second, and they sound really, really good. I'm really excited to read them. This one says, I once vowed that if I met a member of the Itanio family, I'd kill them. Instead, I married one. And that's so intriguing. So those are the 4 books that I ordered from Amazon. Really excited to get started on the fantasy ones, I think. I'm currently reading the 4th book in the Gods and Monsters series, but it's almost like past the romantasy side of it now. Like, obviously there's still a lot of romance, more focusing on the plot now and the war and all the action that's going on, because the 2 main characters are in love and are married now. So I feel like it's not quite as romantasy as I would like it to be anymore. Which is fine. I also love fantasy that has no romance in it at all. But I think because it's marketed as romantasy, I thought there would be more romantasy throughout the entire thing. But book 4 isn't as heavy on the romance side of things. And I don't know, like, sometimes I find that, like, once the 2 main characters are happy and settled and there's nothing really tearing them apart anymore, I get a bit bored, especially when it's in a romantasy, because, like, I need there to be some sort of, like, problem. Like, either there's something going on between them, or like one of them's been kidnapped and the other has to try and find them, or, you know, just something between them to keep the story going. Whereas when they're just like happy and in love and they're just fighting the war together, I get a bit bored then, because that's not what I'm reading a romantasy for. I am reading a romantasy for the drama of the romance within a fantasy world, if that makes sense. Very unpopular opinion, but the miscommunication trope in romantasy is one of my favourites. Like, I love it. I thrive off that. I don't like miscommunication in normal romance, but in romantasy, one of my favourite tropes, which is a very unpopular opinion, I know. So these were the 4 books that I got. They were £3 each, which I thought was a brilliant price. I actually did have a nap not long ago. I got so tired. So I had a nap not long ago, and now I'm going to try and do some commission work, do a bit more drawing, and then I might do a bit more reading, but I don't know which book to read right now. I'm going to finish Brittany's audiobook whilst I'm doing commission work, because I've only got half an hour left, and I listened to it on ×2. Oh, itchy eye. I've got hay fever and it's really causing itchy eyes at the moment. What was I saying? I usually listen to audiobooks on 1.7, but I've been listening to this one. I listened to half of it on 1.7 and then I sped it up to 2 because it was just feeling like she was talking quite slowly again. And I wasn't able to like fully immerse myself and concentrate on it. So I've ramped it up to speed ×2. So I'm going to finish that while I'm drawing, and then I might start another audiobook, to be fair. I've got quite a lot in my Audible that I can listen to that I purchased like with my credits in previous months. So yeah, we'll see what I decide to read, but I'm going to draw for a bit. It is now Thursday and I thought I'd give you a little reading update. Annoyingly, I am not getting on with Dogs of Summer. I'm finding that it's a little clunky and it's not completely flowing in the way that I prefer. So I am just going to DNF it. I think it has the potential to be a really good book, but it's just, I'm not vibing with it. I don't know if it's just sort of the headspace I'm at the moment, that I'm really enjoying sort of easy reads, and this takes a lot more energy because I'm having to focus on what's happening. There's a lot being mentioned, a lot of places, a lot of people, and I'm just struggling with it. So I feel like this just isn't for me right now. It might not be for me at all. I am DNFing on page 29. I don't usually DNF so quickly, but because it's only like 160 pages in total, 30 pages or 29 pages is quite a lot. So yes, this one I'm just gonna DNF. Oh, I've got such itchy eyes from where I've got hay fever and it's really annoying me. I have made it up to page 118 of The Wrath of the Fallen. Really enjoying this book. It is such a quick paced fantasy. I think so far we've gone through maybe 6 POVs and that's only in the first like 100 or so pages. So I am finding that a little bit difficult because it's just like so much to, I guess, wrap your head around when you're like flipping from different people, especially because they're told in first person. I just find that a little difficult. I think the first 2 books were just dual POV, then the third book was mainly dual, and then towards the end you had like 5 or 6 additional POVs, and then this one is sort of additional POVs from the beginning, which I'm just finding that a bit difficult, but I am still loving the book and I'm really excited to read more of it. I don't know, like, is it the most brilliant writing in the world? No, but it's so fun. It's such an easy read. It's so fast paced and I love all the drama and like I love all the different elements of their like sort of relationships and war, and I'm just really enjoying it. I haven't read a huge amount more in Legendborn. I've read maybe like 10 pages. I haven't actually read much more. Tomorrow I'm going to get my nails done because it is my 30th birthday in 10 days. So I'm going to get my nails done. I won a £15 voucher for this specific person probably about 2 months ago now, and I'm finally using the voucher and I'm really excited. So that'll be really nice. And then my friends have actually just messaged me and they are in Cardiff, so I'm going to meet up for coffee with them after I've got my nails done, which will be really lovely. So I'm hoping to get a bit of reading done tomorrow as well. That'll be really nice, sort of like on the journey to Cardiff and then on the journey home from Cardiff. That'll be quite nice, like downtime to get some reading done. And then I completely forgot that I had gone to the Works and the charity shop and I had found some really cool books, so I wanted to share those with you. Hi baby, just my little onion, my little void. We call her a little void or our little shadow. She's pretty much all black, but she's got a little bit of white. The first book I got from the Works is called Servant of the Earth, and it says 6 deadly trials, 1 ruthless heart. This just looked really good, really intriguing. I'm really after some more fantasy that is quite action-packed, but also very easy to read. Don't get me wrong, I love high fantasy, I love epic fantasy, but I find it really hard to concentrate on them sometimes. When I was at the till, the person at the checkout said that she has just recently read this book and she loved it. So that's always such a nice thing to hear about a book that you've picked up. The second book I picked up from the Works is Unearthly. I will say this was mainly the cover made me buy it book. Cover is just so unbelievably gorgeous. Like, I was so intrigued to pick this up. I don't actually know if it's the first one in the series. I think it is. There are 3 books in the series. I'm pretty sure this is the first one, but I will double check before reading. But this one just seems really good. It says, her wings were meant to save him, her heart might doom them both. And I have absolutely no clue what this book is about, but it caught my eye immediately. I mean, how can it not? It is stunning. I also got 4 books at the charity shop. One of them is for my mother-in-law when we go on holiday with her. This is the 3rd time we'll have been to this resort. And we just lounge by the pool and read and just have a really lovely, relaxing time. So I bought her a book called The Wedding Party by Kathy Kelly. It says 4 sisters, decades of secrets, 1 week they'll never forget. And I feel like this is definitely the kind of book that my mother-in-law would love to read. So I picked this one up for her. I then picked up a fantasy from the charity shop, and I was so excited because my local charity shop barely ever has fantasy books. So I was so excited when I saw this. It's called A Feather So Black. Again, absolutely no idea what it's about, but it looks really cool. It's a romantasy, I am gathering from the back. This sounds so good. I love a fae fantasy, and yeah, I'm just really excited to read this one. Again, don't really know anything about this book, but I've heard so many people say that it's really, really good. So I picked up Hot Milk. It's a very short book, only just 200 pages. And I'm hoping that it's a good one. And then the 4th book, I don't know who is on a Mike Gale sort of binge at the moment, but I'm so happy because I've picked up 3 Mike Gale books from that charity shop in the past sort of month. And Mike Gale is one of my favourite authors. You probably have heard of his book Half a World Away. That's, I think, his most popular book, but I absolutely love his work. All the Lonely People is one of my all-time favourite books. Such a beautiful story. But I found this book and I thought, oh my goodness, this is like the perfect book for me right now, because not only is it one of my favourite authors, it is also about someone turning 30. And as I said, I turned 30 in 10 days. So this one I'm going to try and read in June because I just feel like it would be such a cool book to read as I'm turning 30. Those are the books that I picked up this week from the works in the charity shop. For the rest of the day, I'm sort of drawing, might get in a little bit of reading, and then my friends are coming over at 6 o'clock. And I'll probably read after they've gone as well. I tend to read just before bed. I don't tend to get much reading before bed because I'll fall asleep. Well, if I'm in bed reading, I will fall asleep after about 3 pages. So I don't tend to get much reading done in bed, but I'll probably read downstairs for a little bit before I go up to bed. I have managed to do, I think, 3 commissions today. I'm hoping to draw 5, so I've got like 2 more to go. And yeah, that's kind of my day. I'm going to take you along with me to Cardiff. I might have a cheeky little look in Waterstones as well because they have such a big Waterstones in Cardiff. I'm really excited and I will see you again soon. She's so happy right now. Happy onion.
Don't mind us.
So it's been a week. I completely forgot to update you all on last week. It's been a really busy week, to be fair. My mother-in-law has come over from France for 10 days, so we've been so busy. We went to go see Take That on the Tuesday. Then on the Wednesday, I had an appointment. The Thursday, I didn't actually do anything on Thursday, I don't think. And then Friday, I got tattooed and went to go see a show. And then Saturday I had a birthday party, and then Sunday was my actual birthday. So I've just been so busy that I haven't really, I guess, had a chance to like sit down and properly film an update on my reading. I have still been reading. I've been reading quite a bit, to be honest. I actually started a new book. I started reading Happily Ever After by Jane Lovering, which is a arc that I received from NetGalley, God, ages ago. So I thought I really need to get to this book. I think I'm about 16% of the way through, so I'm not massively through much of it yet. It's really interesting. It is about this woman, and she gets a job at this really big like manor house, and then she meets the son of the woman that owns it, and she has read a lot of romance novels in her life, and it's almost like she wants to be in a romance novel. It sounds good so far. She's having to sort through all of the books to try and find a collection of diaries from her past lover, who was her husband's dad. So it seems like it's going to be really interesting, and I'm really excited to read it. I am now 51% of the way through The Wrath of the Fallen. I am loving this book. However, how many times do they need to have sex? I feel like they are having sex more in this book than they have in any of the other books. And I'm just at a point where I'm like, we get it. You like to sleep with each other. Can we move on and do something else? Can the sleeping together be like a couple of sentences, and then you jump to the next chapter and something interesting is going on? Because there's only so many times you can read about that before it gets boring. That is a bit frustrating in the book, but I'm really loving the rest of it. And I'm gonna say something really controversial, I feel. I'm feeling for Caden. I feel for him. I kind of, once we started to get his POV, I started to feel for Caden, and I started to actually like him as a character. And it's happening more and more. And I feel like that's so controversial, but he's such a wounded soul. And I have a soft spot for wounded souls. Don't hate me. It's really interesting so far. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like the pace is still quite quick. It's not very slow paced, which I really like. And it's such an easy read. Like, it's not a very complex fantasy. I am then on page 188 of Legendborn, which I'm enjoying so much. The story has picked up massively. For the first sort of 100 pages, I was getting a little bored, only a little bit, but I was just a bit like, I need this story to pick up now, because otherwise I'm gonna get so bored and trail off. But it did start to pick up, and I'm really enjoying it. I am so excited to see where it goes. I can't wait to learn more about her mum and her mum's time at university. Do I just like a bad boy? That's fun. That's a really weird sentence to say for a lesbian, but I really like Sal. as a character. I think he's going to surprise us. I've got a little feeling that Cell is going to end up being the love interest. I may be completely wrong, but like at the moment they're leading us towards Nick. I feel like Nick is going to betray us. I don't know why, I've just got this feeling that Nick is going to betray us. Because it's such a good sort of magic system and setup, I'd be really happy with no love interest. And I am loving all the Welsh lore like dripped through it. I am Welsh. I live in Wales. I always have. I love it when I read a book and there's like Welsh folklore sort of dripped in throughout it, and they even speak Welsh sometimes in the book. It's never written in Welsh, but she'll overhear people speaking in Welsh, and it just makes me so excited and so good, especially because I'm writing my own fantasy embedded in Welsh folklore. So it just makes me so excited to see. Those are the main 3 books I'm reading at the moment. I do have 2 library books to read by, I think, like the 10th of July or something, maybe even sooner than that. But I just don't think I'm going to get to them, so I might just have to return them. I am hoping to finish at least another 2 books by the end of June. I've read 2 at the moment, hoping to finish another 2. Oh, I did finish Brittany's memoir. That was really good, really enjoyed it. Honestly, the things that she went through, heartbreaking. I can't even imagine what it would be like to have your life so controlled to that extent for so long. So I have been sectioned under the Mental Health Act, and so I know what it's like to have things scrutinized and certain things controlled. Like I wasn't allowed to leave the hospital. If I didn't take my medication, it was forced upon me, like things like that. I kind of understand to a certain extent what it feels like to lose control of certain things. But that, I was only sectioned for a month. I wasn't sectioned for a prolonged period. And she was under the conservatorship, I think 13 years, she said. And that's just insane to have your life controlled to such minute detail for such a long period of time. It was really heartbreaking to read. So I think I gave that 4 stars, I want to say. I have started another audiobook. I've started listening to The Last Witch of Scotland, which I am really nervous about because I don't listen to fiction. I find it really difficult to concentrate on fictional audiobooks. So when I listen to an audiobook, it tends to be non-fiction. And I do have a soft spot for celebrity memoirs. But I thought this was a non-fiction when I bought it with my credits. It's not, it's fiction. But I've bought it now, so I'm going to give it a go. So I think I'm only about 15-20% of the way through that one. And it's good so far. I don't actually remember a whole amount of what's been going on. I know there was a fire and there's a girl who I believe is living on the streets that some man has rescued. I don't know. And now she's staying in a B&B or whatever. They're not called B&Bs back then, but I can't remember what it was called. And the one girl is talking about how like she tried to save her father from the fire and her feet were like, and hands were horrifically burnt when that happened, and then her mum moved away. But I think that's all I've gotten up to be fair. I haven't really read much of the book. Maybe I'm only on like 10%. And that's it really. I've got like 2 others on the go, but I'm not focusing on them at the moment. So they're not really worth mentioning because I'm not actively reading them right now. I did do a Waterstones haul for my birthday. I had 2 gift cards and some birthday money. So I did go to Waterstones. So I'm going to film a video of everything I got from Waterstones, which will be really fun. That's the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not like the most... what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not like the most experienced with doing vlog sort of stuff, so I don't really know how this will turn out, but I hope that you have enjoyed it anyway. If you have, let me know in the comments and I will film some more reading vlogs because I really had a lot of fun doing it. If you like the video, please like, comment and subscribe. I feel so weird saying that, but I feel like everyone says it, so I'm gonna say it too. And I shall see you next time.